Good morning, everybody. My name is Karen. I'm going to be your facilitator today. I'm coming to you right outside of San Francisco in Marin County, San Rafael. So I'm about 15 miles to the city. With me in the stage managing, stumbling over my words this morning, even though I've already been up since like 5. Jen O is going to be there to support you in the chat, and I'm glad to be here. It's glad to be seen. I will say that this is my last social for a couple of months. I am having to get a hysterectomy, and November 1st. So I am going to give myself a little bit of a breather because my endometriosis pain has been flattening me out for days at a time, and I don't want to put our team on high alert where they're having to jump in last minute. So I'm thrilled to be here with you, and you won't see me for a little bit unless I can jump in as a sub, but do know that I haven't left you guys. Is there anybody that this is their very first social? If it is, I'd love to see in the chat. I will follow those the rules. It's pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. I've only other surgery I've ever had is a breast reduction, and that was a major surgery, and I have no regrets on that. So I'm hoping this one's going to be just as great. I love hearing that everyone is saying that it has been good. All right, so it doesn't look like we have any newbies. I won't lift anything, I promise. I promise I won't. I won't. It will be hard for me, but I won't. So this is kind of a weird month or week because we said that this is September, but we're really, besides our rosebud thorn, this is the last day of September. So we're going to be moving into our October journal. So make sure if you have both journals that you have both journals with you so you can finish your rosebud thorn and then move into October. I will miss you guys too, but I'll probably be lurking in the socials because what else am I going to do? It's a perfect time to give myself a little socialization and a little bit of self-care. So you're just not going to see me on camera. Remember, we're going to go through, make sure your chat is set to everyone. So that little one, if you're on an iPad, make sure that you double check it if you're not getting responses, because sometimes it will revert to host and panelist, and then me and Jen will be the only ones that see it. Yeah, lurk and heal, definitely. Callie, you haven't missed anything except for that this is my last social for 2 months because I'm getting a hysterectomy. So there you go. So our rules here, we're all familiar with them. So I'll just leave this up for a minute. Remember, this is your time. Make this time fit for you. If something does not work for you, it is okay to leave it. It is okay to not fill out every page in the journal. I have never, in almost 3 years, I think it's been at least 3 years, I've never filled out every page. Some months I lean more into habit trackers. Sometimes I lean more into the journal prompts. Even though I don't fill it out all the way, it always is a helpful tool for me. So I hope it's the same for you. And Lynn, welcome to the Sonder fam. We are digging into this month's theme for our very last time of knowledge. We have a bonus mind map. It is a mind map that you are only going to find at this social. This one kind of straddles both worlds of last month's theme and this month's theme. You will be doing it on a notes page, a separate sheet of paper, a scratch pad, or repurposing that area, but it will not be in your journal. We're going to do our rosebud thorn, and then we're here for the main event. We're going to get our weekly pages set up. And I'm excited. I did a Hello Kitty Advent Halloween calendar last year, and I was setting up my Pilates studio, so I didn't use them very much. So I was pretty excited to get all my little Hello Kitty stickers all onto my weekly. Because let's face it, stickers make everything better. So, Shannon, welcome to you too. Welcome to the very first timers. So our mind map, like I said, it's not in your journal, notes page, those pages with just the grids, wherever it is that feels good to you. Now, I'm going to be completely and totally honest with you. This one stumped me. It stumped me bad. And instead of going into just writing something out, I'm going to talk you through how I'm processing it, but I haven't written it out yet. And I'm using this as an example to let you know that even as facilitators, not all prompts are going to hit with us. Sometimes we have to sit with the prompt for a while. So if that's the same for you, know with this prompt or any prompt, know that that is absolutely okay. We have an hour together, but it is perfectly fine for you to go back to this at a separate time. Sometimes when you're on a walk or in a shower, that can definitely, like, those ideas pop to you, and then you can go to your journal and write it down at that point. So, this is our elevator speech. Imagine you have only 30 seconds to captivate someone's attention and leave a lasting impression. What is the core essence of who you are, both personally and professionally? How can you distill your unique experiences, skills, and aspirations into a concise and compelling statement? Explore your passions, values. Maybe if you've done some core value work, you can lean into that. And goals. What problems do you solve, or what unique perspective do you offer? So for me, I would probably start out with bullet points. So my bullet points, and that's about as far as I've gotten. I haven't written the concise statement yet. Um, those of you who know me know that I own a Pilates studio, but I really focus on mind, body, and health. What makes it unique for me is a lot of times, and I'm not saying all fitness instructors are this way. I know a lot of yoga instructors are definitely with that mind body connection too. So this is a blanket statement. So don't be offended. If you are here and you're a fitness instructor, you are probably like me. A lot of times, the fitness industry can be pretty rigid and unforgiving with diet and workouts. And I give a more holistic approach to it, that I look at the mental self-care as well as the physical self-care. So that's something that makes it a little more unique for myself. As an example, yesterday I hosted Honey Haven, where we did a stretchy reformer workout. We made body scrubs and candles and had a reception with different types of tea and honey pairings and tea sandwiches. So you can see that my approach to fitness is a little bit different than let's just go get the workout done and move on. So that's where it is that I am in my prompt. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to give you some time to work, and I'd love to hear how you are approaching this awesome topic. All right. Welcome back. Um, like I said, I thought this was a hard one too. I haven't finished it myself either. It is a really cool prompt, and this actually came from a social of a conversation between Katie and Maya. So it came up, I think, because if I understand it right, Katie was talking about how Spotify like created something for her and it like really captured her essence. But those of you who are really struggling, I would encourage you to look into Mayhaw's core value class. I did it. Do know before, because I didn't realize this and I got all set up and all excited. There is a principle and you need scissors to cut up because you're physically manipulating values. But it's a really great class. And I did a seminar last week. Maya and I both did that was talking about finding your sweet spot. And that sweet spot is where like things are kind of easy and feel right. And she really leaned into the fact that if you are not with your core values, if you're not leaning into your core values and the decisions you're making are not aligned with your core values, you're not going to find that sweet spot. And I thought that was just a very unique and different way to kind of look at it. So just throwing it out there. If you're interested in that work that I was talking about, I'll throw it in the chat. There is a free podcast, but there's also a life coaching school. It's not cheap. It's changed my life for the better. It's about $100 a month, but the podcast is free. And a lot of times she'll do really great week seminars for about $30. So it's School of Self-Image. I'll throw it in the chat in a minute. Rosebud Thorn is next. This is in your September journal. If I'm not mistaken, Jenna was page 56 of September. Oh, good. I had a good memory. Wow. Only one cup of coffee and I nailed it. Okay. So remember that rose is something that is good going on in your life. The bud is an emerging opportunity and a thorn is just what it sounds like, something that is not great. A rose for me is that I am scheduled for surgery and I have been wanting this surgery for almost a decade because of endometriosis pain. So I know that sounds crazy, but if you are in chronic pain and you think you found a diagnosis or a solution, you know how relieving that can be. A bud is the fact that I did that Honey Haven retreat yesterday. It went over so well. And the reason it's a bud for me is that I came from a very athletic Pilates studio and I brought a ton of clients with me when I moved because they related to me and my co-founder. And the people really love the hard athletic workouts, you know, the dumbbells up on top, the booty bands, all of it. And that's an easy sell. The self-care is the hard sell. And so that I had a few people that had not been to an event like that before. And I actually had someone who was new to the studio and told me what the vibe felt like of the studio. And it was totally what it was that I was wanting. So that is my emerging opportunity that eventually I'm going to be able to work that self-care into the whole practice and not just a weekend a month. And then the thorn in my side is also my rose, is that, you know, I had to watch the video of all the complications of the surgery and oh, it was horrible. And so I am a little terrified of the surgery and the recovery time and trying to make sure that the studio is covered, et cetera, et cetera. So there's my rosebud thorn. I'm going to go off camera and give you some time. Share as much, all three, or as little. Let us support you. Let us lift you up. Let us celebrate with you. Know that we are holding space for those of you who are dealing with the aftermath of Helen. Jennifer and I have both grown up on the Texas Gulf Coast, and we have definitely been there for a long time. So our hearts go out to you, and I can't. I'm seeing photos, and oh, it's hard. My father-in-law is in Florida, not far from the coast, and there was a 20-foot surge. His property ended up being okay, and then my mother-in-law's in Raleigh, and she kept power the whole time. But it's just horrible. There's no other way that we can say it. So we're holding space for you. Let's dive into our weekly planner. If you are someone who loves cozy season like me, I already decorated for Halloween yesterday. If you are looking for some different ideas, I never say it right, but I'm going to try Hugie. You may want to take a screenshot of this and incorporate it in now, or maybe if you're still in warm weather, because we're getting to the 90s this week in Northern California, you might want to save it for a little bit later. But here are some ideas to get into that cozy spirit. I'll leave it up for about one more second and we'll move on. Remember that this journal is yours, and just because it has certain things printed on it doesn't mean you have to use it as is. Now, normally I do use mine as is, but here is some different alternatives if you are looking to repurpose an area. Now, I also want to say it's okay to leave an area blank or throw a sticker or a quote in it too. So don't feel like every section of your journal has to be repurposed. If it's making more work for you and it just makes it like the journal is a job and not something you're really enjoying, throw a sticker on it or put a big X or sticky note over it. It's totally fine. So this week, I want to feel. So if you are struggling with this, I have some ideas here. You can throw in the chat how you want to feel this week so we can manifest it. Maybe it's hopeful or comforted, playful, serene, pensive, focused, cozy, energized, creative, inspired, joyful, grounded, optimistic, loved, relaxed. So maybe one of those speaks to you. If that doesn't, here's some examples from our Sonder fam. It could be a word. It could be a word in a sentence. It could be a poem, an acrostic poem. It could be more than one word. It could be more or less. So how do you want to feel this week? How do you want to show up this week? Throw it in the chat. Let's support each other. Let's use this intention to fuel how we get there with the rest of these pages. Grateful in the fall season. Katie, I'm with you. I love the fall. I'm not excited about 91 degrees. Prayerful and peaceful. I love it. Intentional. Great. Content. Isn't that a great feeling? It's a hard one. It's pretty elusive, but I'm there for it. Well rested. Awesome. Oh, Dawn, curious, huh? I hadn't noticed. I'm not that one to play that close to details. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next section, which is our weekly 3 major goals. Now, remember, just because there are 3 lines does not mean you have to fill them all out. If you are having a rough week and you are recovering from Helen, maybe you do one goal that's doing something you really want to do that's fun for yourself. So think about the week ahead. Think about the word that you chose and let it influence those goals. So if that doesn't work for you, here are some different ways to repurpose your thoughts as well as some different examples. You can see some people broken into me, home, and work, mind, body, and family, mind, body, and work. Maybe you want to do a quote or movie or podcasts. It would be fall reads, not summer reads. I need to fix that. Getting excited about fall. Three songs that are really speaking to you, three topics you want to know more about, three new recipes. One of my goals this week is to do a pumpkin chia pudding just for fun. Creating a mini bingo board. Here are some other examples. You can see someone threw a bunch of stickers over it. Instagram, finish show, start trial. So it looks like maybe they broke it down into a work goal, a home goal, etc. And there's mind, body, and spirit, which I'm very much attached to. So I will go off camera and give you some time to work. Okay, no one threw in the chat what that song was from. Does anyone recognize it? The last social, everyone was going crazy about that one. No, Coraline. Okay. So we're moving. Everyone's like, that movie's so creepy. It is creepy, especially for a kid's movie. Don't show that to a young child. Not worth it. Nightmares. Weekly to-dos is our next section. Now, mine, I literally keep it as a running list, and I am literally have my pin here, and as we're working, I'm adding things to the list that I'm thinking of, and I just scratch it off as I go. So mine's a working document, but that may not work for you. So here are some different ideas that might actually work for you if the traditional way doesn't. Your to-do list, obviously, that's what I'm team to do. To-do list is you leave it blank, and as you accomplish things, you write it down, kind of like a gold star for yourself that comes from Gretchen Rubin. The Eisenhower matrix, that's over on the top right-hand side, is a framework to help you prioritize what you need to get done. So that's a good one. Pomodoro technique, that's when you're on a task, you set a timer 25 minutes and 5 minutes off. I actually downloaded a app the other day, and I've been trying to utilize it a little bit. I'm finding it hard, but I'm trying, definitely trying. I'm definitely going to use it today because I have a lot I need to get to my virtual assistant. The dread list, like eat the frog, of the things that you need to get done, things that you want to do. It is okay for your to-do list to be a thing of fun. If you are struggling right now, maybe that's what your to-do list is, things that you want to do. Self-care list, things you don't want to forget for the week. Some other examples, a mini bingo board, maybe you use it as an exercise tracker. It might be a step tracker, or maybe what classes you're taking and the times, those kinds of things. Ooh, my screen just went off for a second. Hopefully everything is okay for you guys. That was weird. Maybe a need to, want to. A mind map. This is an area, if you don't like using it, you could definitely try that. To be's. Ooh, gosh, I'm struggling. Hold on. To be, or there is that to-da. So I am going to go off camera, as I mentioned, and give you time to work. Okay, moving on to our habit and activity. Now, if you're brand new, people always ask what's the difference between the one in the monthly section and the weekly section. The monthly section are things you want to do daily or maybe at least weekdays. Sometimes I won't mark out my weekends, just FYI. And these are things that maybe you're doing 3 times a week, etc. Now, this one you may want to take a screenshot of. It has a lot of really good ideas, but I will say some of it is repetitive. But in the last couple of socials, people have asked me to put this up about 10 times. So if this is something that speaks to you, please take a screenshot now. So 99 key habits to up-level your life. Maybe breathe in fresh air daily. Move your body for 30 minutes. Prioritize sleep. Eat a salad. Try a new healthy recipe. Take a walk at lunch. Use the stairs. Wear sunscreen. Drink green tea. And FYI, you can get decaf green tea. Cook at home, read food labels, cut back on alcohol, journal what you're doing, practice gratitude, eat less meat, make healthy freezer meals, listen to music. Maybe you have a playlist that you're going to start playing in the morning when you wake up or when you're making breakfast or you're cooking your dinner. I'm trying to move my screen because once again, it flashed off and changed everything on it. Sorry, guys. Love this new Zoom update. Do not love. Meditate, smile at yourself, laugh often, invest in your future, schedule date nights, have more nights with friends, watch less TV. Especially right now, maybe you need to limit the news. Give yourself a compliment, get outside, prioritize and plan your day, automatically transfer money, develop a morning routine, visualize your ideal day. That's an amazing prompt if you've never done that one. Develop a night routine, write down your goals. Check, you already got that one. Limit your screen time, eat a smoothie, be playful with your kids, volunteer, track your finances, have a family dinner, track your progress, drink a morning glass of water. If you're like Jen O, maybe add some lemon to it. Learn something daily, volunteer your time, read to your kids, fail often, review and reflect, compliment a stranger, compliment yourself, do something scary every day. I have to share that the woman that I mentioned who was talking about the vibe in my studio, she is a cancer survivor, just finished radiation. And she says once a month, she really pushes herself. So on Friday at 6 a.m., she took a kickboxing class. At 5 p.m., she took my jump class. And that jump class is no joke. And she's only taking beginner Pilates. Then at 6:30 that night, she took a second kickboxing class. So if she can do it, we can do scary things too. It's so impressive, so inspiring. I love that. Here are some other examples. Remember, if this doesn't speak to you, you do not have to fill out every line. You can put a sticker over it. If you have a goal number and that helps you meet your goal, great. If it doesn't, leave it blank. Don't make this stressful for yourself. This journal should be a pleasure, not a job. We already all have jobs. We're women. We cook. There's all the things on our plate already. This should be something for you that you enjoy. And then here are some other ones. You can see that some people even circled the days that they are planning to do that. Sometimes that works better for me than the numbers. I don't know. Definitely use this of how it's going to work best for you. Or don't use it all and put a big old sticker or quote on it. It's up to you. All right. If that song sounded familiar to you, it was from La La Land. Norma, I think I've already made the unnecessary purchase. I have been wanting the new Silk and Saunders sweatshirt in blue that's like cropped. This is Silk and Saunders, and I finally just broke down and bought it yesterday. So I think I've already ruined that one. But I guess it's a fresh week, so I can start fresh, right? So now we're going to be moving on to the next page. So we are on page 27. Now, Katie always calls this her page B, like the B side of a cassette. For me, this time, this side, because I use it as is, takes me the most time. This week, not so much because I have food delivery happening, like purple carrot meals and then thistle. So this week it was a little bit different, but a lot of the times I'm running around the kitchen trying to see what I have, what I don't have, writing down what the recipe is, and then what I need to buy from the shopping list. So if you are running around your kitchen with a chicken, like a chicken with your head cut off, know that that's what exactly it looks like for me too. Now, because this is the biggest area, a lot of people do repurpose this a lot. Um, Jen definitely uses this track leftovers so she doesn't end up poisoning herself and her hubby. Affirmations or scriptures, maybe the affirmations from the app. Work or school study tracker. I have used it this way and pretty successful. Exercise tracker. Cleaning plan. We got some fly ladies in here, and there's another group of mama something that help you break down your cleaning. Gratitude log, mindfulness activity planner, end of day reflection, because it is large enough for you to do a little journaling. Affirmations, 7 types of rest planner, packing list. I've done that before as well for a trip. Wardrobe planner, medical condition focus tracker. Like I'm trying to figure out how, like what causes your acid reflux, or if you're triggering for migraines, my asthma, et cetera, et cetera. Self-care planner, weekly favorite. Here's a few more examples. Someone doing their workout, tracking their vegetables and protein. I know it's very popular right now to make sure that you're getting enough protein. And I will say, since I have been increasing my protein, I've dropped 10 pounds, which is crazy because nothing else has changed. Today, the big 4 health tracker, and then kind of some journaling there. So I'll go back and forth between these slides, and I can't wait to hear how you are utilizing this space, or if you have a really good recipe you're trying out this week. All right, I'm going to break down the next three sections in one chunk and give you some time to work. Moving on to our Mind Body Health Plan. This is a place that you may want to take some screenshots. Here are some ideas of things that you could do for positive things or weekly intentions. These are super fun ideas like self care, clean, digital detox, delete, donate, health, and energize. Mother Nature Monday, Tech Free Tuesday, Breath Work Wednesday, Yoga Thursday, Mindful Friday, Self Care Saturday, Meal Prep Sunday. I like that it broke it down into little mini chunks. Here are some daily intentions. If you love a little alliteration, I've done like Tea Tuesday before. Maybe you want to use it for a weekly check in or build your self care routine for morning and evening. Maybe you're using it for a little bit of journaling. This one's Jen O's slide, and I like it. From the left, this is from. Excuse me. Got a little piece of tea in my throat. The bag broke all of a sudden. So, emotional, physical, social, and mental. Excuse me. Trying to hit the pause, you don't have to listen to me cough, but I'm not fast enough. Here's some other different examples, like a reading log, your routine, reflecting, etc. Shopping list. Bingo seems to be super popular on this one. Self-care. Prayer list. Some other ideas here as well. The don't buy list. Dinner plans. And some fun, spooky self-care. And finally, the I am loving section. Don't have any examples for this, but writing down something that you enjoy. I'll go through these slides again. Apologize for the coughing, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, friends, we are coming to the end of our time together. But before we do, if you're looking for some different ideas for your notes page, over here on the left-hand side is mine. I was going through a bunch of magazines and I wanted to be able to keep them, but like certain ideas, but not the actual magazine. So I created a collage. Here was someone who did about generosity. Someone over here did Zentangles. If you're not familiar with that, is a meditative type of doodling, which is really cool. A reading log, a beautiful collage, things that make them happy, getting themselves set up for a prompt like, what would your perfect day look like? I don't know what you would call this in the middle. It's not like a mandala, but some sort of doodle, or maybe even creating a flow chart to be able to help you get through the things that you're wanting to do, such as a morning or evening routine, or maybe it's literally pacing you through out of like there's certain things that you want to do during your lunch break, etc. We love for you to be able to share your weekly planner with us. Refer a friend is still going on. Jen's gonna be throwing some QR codes in, not QR links in the chat. So you get money off, they get money off. Maybe you want to buy one of those candles or one of the, I cannot wait for that sweatshirt to come in. It's so cute. If you are committed to Silk and Saunders and you're paying monthly, what in the world? Why don't you upgrade and save some dough by getting an annual? And if you have the financial resources to do it. And then if you are wanting to tell us about what it is that you think, if you love the Monday morning socials but you wish that there were, A, B, C, or D, if you want to see the cooking social back, if there is a social you want. And yes, I know the Eventbrite is not necessarily the best. They are working on it. It is in progress to be able to come up with another solution. So that's good for you to know. Also, that link for the YouTube. Remember, the chat's not there. Sometimes the music is cut, but in general, it is a really great resource. I think there's over 800 socials on demand. So if you're having a bad day, pop one off and you are good to go. I am going to share 3 playlists today when I go off camera. The first is the instrumental. The second is, I don't know if our readers have been hearing about the TikTok book, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It is a little bit racy, but not as racy as the gray one, 50 Shades of Grey, not more like Harlequin. You may not like the book, but I'm telling you, the playlist is fire. So I'm going to share that. And I'm also going to share my playlist that I put together for my retreat yesterday, because it is a really good one. So I'm going to go off camera, put an awesome song on, and I hope you slay that week.
Another day, another life passes by just like mine. It's not complicated. Another mind, another soul, another body to grow old. It's not complicated. Do you ever wonder if the stars shine out for you? Float down like autumn leaves and hush now. Close your eyes before the sleep, and you're miles away. And yesterday you were here with me. Another tear, another cry, another place for us to die. It's not complicated. Another love that's gone to